The following is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome, Deadites, to part 4 of What If Kazuma was the reincarnation of the former Demon King. Time has gone by, and our crew is making bank. On top of, well, the hoard that they got. Kazuma was about ready to open up shop. All he really needs now is staff. Kazuma was chilling in the Grand Bath when he got a surprise. Darkness takes a dip as well. She was, of course, covering herself with a towel. Greetings, Sir Kazuma. I'm glad that your deal went well, but what is in store for us from here? Kazuma turned to Darkness, towel or not. That was still a great view she was giving him. And she knew damn well that it was. She was breathing a little heavily at the thought, by the way. Well, Latina, I need to refine our food and get staff going. I'd like to have a few adventurers working here, but I don't see that happening. We've got a venue, so we'll hire a bard every now and again, or have an open stage night. Kazuma had gotten closer to Darkness, and her breathing got a little heavier. To be clear, Kazuma's intent is not sexual. Aqua doesn't mind, but she laid down the law on his encounters. She is to be present for them. Full stop. So, he's just having a good chat with his friend at the moment. Darkness removes the towel, and Kazuma likes what he sees, but for the most part is looking at all of her or straight in her eyes. Megumin was at the door when Chris stopped her. Don't go in there right now. Darkness and Kazuma are busy bonding. Megumin grumbled, not at the fact that she couldn't get in the bath, but at the fact that Darkness was getting ahead of her. But even she knew the base rules that Aqua laid down for Kozma, so she knows that talking is all that they are doing at the moment. Megumin took a shower in her room. It may or may not have been a long one. The next day, a visitor arrives at the manor. Kozma was the one that answered, and the girl we all know to be Yunyun was absolutely flustered at his introduction. Well, hello there. Who might you be? For the record, Kozma got a mod 18 to Yunyun's 11 on a charisma save, so she's going gaga at the moment. That's when Kozma got a good look at her. I wonder. Come on in, Miss Yunyun. Kozma rolled a perception with advantage since Crimson Demon Eyes, and Megumin has talked about Yunyun a lot. He rolled a 16 on perceptions, and so he noticed her eyes, and it gave away, it'll wall away, since they're really the only Crimson Demons in town. Kozma took another good look at Yunyun. Miss Yunyun, would you bend the back of your palm a bit? Yunyun was all put by the odd request, but she complied. Remember, Kozma is charismatic AF. Good. Now bend a bit and prop the girls up a little. She still took his request. Look, this is not sexual. Kozma pats her down and gently places her breast in his hands for barely a second. However, Megumin picked that time to walk down to the common room. What the hell are you doing, Kazuma? If you're going to get fresh with a crimson demon, then it may as well be me. So what if Yunyun has a nice chest? Kazuma sighs. I wasn't groping her. I was taking her measurements. I intend to offer her a job as a barmaid. That is, of course, if you want to make a little money on the side of your adventures, dear. Yunyun was rather flustered, but Kozma had offered her a job, and she'd have to think about that. Megumin was still extremely jealous. However, darkness came to the rescue. Indeed, she shall be a fine beer wench. What say you? Miss Yunyun, was it? Now, darkness is dressed rather well at the moment, and she isn't acting pervy at all, so that disadvantage ain't there. Yunyun was swayed by her air of beauty and regality. Oh, how little you know, Yunyun. How's the pay? Kazuma broke out an abacus and showed her how much she'd make if she didn't stay with them. The difference was negligible, so she opted to live with them. To be clear, this was only given since she's a friend of Megumin. I won't say exactly how much she's making, but it's a very good amount, and that isn't even including tips. Megumin, go help your friend move in. You'll be roommates after all. Megumin almost protested at that, but held her tongue. Her performance in the last quest was less than favorable, to say the least. Just to be clear, I don't mean the quest with the dragon. There have been a few quests in between this. Very short ones, but still, they involved dungeons, and Megumin was useless. Megumin left with her friend and helped her get her personal belongings. Wow, guys, way to gang up on Megumin. Even Aqua could tell that what was going on and was glaring at the two of them, more so Kazuma than Darkness. A few days later, Yunyun was set up, and Aqua came back with a request marker for the group. Well, this shouldn't be too hard. You're the goddess of water, after all. All you have to do to purify water is literally touch it. Wait. You're telling me that Aqua is the Aqua? I just thought that Kazuma was being a good husband, referring to his wife as his goddess. The looks on everyone's faces made it clear that that was legit. And immediately she groveled on the ground. Please get up. Unless you feel like becoming one of my followers. Stand at once. Yunyun got up, and for flavor, Chris was looking at the spectacle with one eye open, just chilling on her favorite bar stool at the tavern end of their home. She was also teaching Kazuma a certain skill. Kazuma's eyes began to glow brighter than usual, and he cast the skill as a spell. Steel. In Kazuma's hands were the panties of everyone except Yunyun and, well, Aqua, since she doesn't wear them. Kazuma went pale when he realized what was in his hands and promptly handed each girl their underwear without being wrong at all. Megumin? How does he know? Megumin hushed her friend. Shh, don't question it. Due to Kazumi's reaction, no one was angry. He'd only used that spell in a pinch considering what just happened. What ticked Megumin off was he held on to Darkness's the longest. Megumin retreated to the room she now shared with Yunyun and took Chomusuke with her. Think we broke her? Kazuma shrugged. Aqua didn't get this quest because of debt in this instance. She's trying to feel helpful in her husband's endeavors, and that was a good sum of 4 cash. For Aqua's protection, Kazuma acquires a cage. However, she still gets rather terrified, and this line is too good not to use as close to verbatim as I can. Aqua, honey, you did well. There's no need to be so down. Kazuma was lost one of the keys, and since Kazuma was renting the cage, he, well, didn't want to break it. They would have to either go home or meet Chris somewhere. It was easier to just meet Chris halfway. Kazuma hit her with a message bell, and she would meet them with the key. Come on, babe, get out of there. Kazuma tried to appease his wife, and critically failed. Mostly because this part is scripted, so I hate that I had to do it. No, this cage is my sanctuary. She starts singing, of course. Who will they sell me to? What's a girl like me to do? Darkness was getting annoyed. Lady Aqua, you are painting us in a horrible image. That's Darkness saying she hates being leered at, of all people. There was a way about things, and this just wasn't it. Of course, you know what's about to happen. Like in canon, Kyoya sees Aqua in this state she was in and appeared at the most inopportune moment when she was singing. Goddess, is that you? What have you done to her, fiend? The way Kyoya used that word, the word fiend, pissed Kozma off. While he is correct technically, he couldn't be further off at current since he's a tiefling, not a demon, body-wise. Oh, so because I'm a tiefling, I'm a fiend, huh? Your ignorance is showing, pretty boy. Kyoya realized what he said and how he could have been interrupted, and he immediately started backpedaling. Slightly, though. He didn't mean it like that. This is Kyoya, the mighty hero who wields Graham. Yeah, he's no bigot at all. Kyoya regains his confidence and then destroys the cage by, bending the bars. You are a fiend. Not because you are a tiefling, but because you have imprisoned the goddess. Rage can be seen in Kyoya's eyes. Trust me, pal. The only thing I'm imprisoning her with is my Johnson. She's my wife, you jackass! Kozma reveals the ring on Aqua's finger and the band on his. Kyoya didn't believe his eyes and raged at Kozma. Bad idea, bro. Kyoya's stats are cheat level compared to normal people in this world, and definitely compared to canon Kozma, but this Kozma has borderline god level stats, and he's fully armored. Also, he no longer has that negative modifier for his constitution. However, it's still at 0 though, so no benefits. He gets what he rolls. Kyoya has better health than Kazuma at the moment, and full plate armor makes his AC pretty good. Here are his stats. Strength, 16. Modifier of 3. Constitution, 14. Modifier of 2. Dexterity, 12. Modifier, 1. Wisdom, 10. Modifier, 0. Intelligence, 13. Modifier, 1. Charisma, 16, modifier 3. Kyoya glared at Kozma and a duel was declared. Graham was mighty indeed, but Kozma had something that Kyoya didn't. Magic. Real level magic. That he technically shouldn't have at his level, but he can still cast it all. He's got cheat level stuff too. As Kyoya was charging, I'm gonna say Graham gave him the multi-attack feature. He failed both attempts at attacking, but one of them was critical, so he drops Graham and falls to the ground. But as Kyoya is falling, Kozma strikes him with wrathful smite and deals a great deal of damage. And since Kyoya is prone, double damage, baby. It was Kozma's victory. Once again, I roll battles for extra flavor. Kozma was not supposed to win this easily. At all. It just happened that way. That's how the dice went. You've lost. Accept it. Also, that cage was expensive. I require compensation for it. Aqua, can we please go home now, honey? Aqua snaps out of it and remembers Kyoya. You were about to pick up Graham, weren't you? What is it with you and magic weapons either way? Grimlock is superior by far, and as much as I hate to admit it, that is. Did you have to beat him so bad, though? Kozma sighs and attempts to subtly whisper this. Aqua, I was holding back, and you know it. However, Kyoya perceived it passively. His confidence would be ruined for the rest of the week. But Kozma didn't take Graham and sell it, so he didn't really need it. And he didn't need the money, he didn't need the sword, so he just left it in the ground. With the money in hand, Kozma grabs his wife and puts her in a bridal/princess carry, and the other girls feel a bit jealous of Aqua, even Kyoya's groupies. Because remember this, Kozma is quite the looker. Kozma paid for the damaged cage and went about his day with the others. Gator meat had made its way into the menu, and Kozma had made custom cocktail sauce specifically for the tail meat. If you've never had gator tail, oh dear lord, you've got to try it. It's delicious. A little spread of lemon and some cocktail sauce. I believe it's cocktail sauce. Just dunk those rings up in it. Oh, so juicy, so crunchy, so good. But back to my point. Sorry about that. He used Megumin as a test subject, and those were both her and my thoughts on that, y'all. Kozma realized that he had been favoring darkness far too much and neglecting Megumin. So when he welcomed Yunyun with open arms, he could see how that could have stung a bit. Megumin, I can give Yunyun another room if you want. I just thought it would be fun for you and her to be roommates. If ever you want her out, all you have to do is say so, and I'll give her a different room. So Kazuma was thinking about me. That's really sweet of him. Megumin hugs Kozma, and they have their moment. Said hug lasted for quite some time. Yunyun witnessed it and stayed hidden in the closet. This room had a rather big one, thanks to Kozma paying the mage to enhance closet space as well. The embrace they were in was rather innocent, but Yunyun was still blushing up a storm. Hurry up and leave. This is so awkward. If you liked that, let's get a United States smash on that like button. If you're not subscribed, consider going full cowling with that subscribe button. And let's go plus ultra with the notifications. Ring that bell, baby. Rest easy, Deadites. And remember, the night is ours.